My name is Andrew Bard and I own and operate Mycrypto Guru. We're on Facebook at Mycrypto Guru and we're also on the internet at mycrypto.guru. So today I want to talk a little bit about a conspiracy theory that myself and several others all across the world have been working on over the past few weeks. It's a theory that I'm not entirely sure I agree with, but the evidence is on the wall. And I thought, let's go ahead and break it down a little bit, see what people think, and let them make up their own mind. So what are we talking about today? As of January 18th, 2018, the average price, the average transaction fee in the Bitcoin network is just under 25 US dollars. That is enormous, extremely high. But why is that? Well, I personally think, and here's the theory, I think Coinbase is intentionally screwing with the Bitcoin network. Bear with me for a second. So, Coinbase is the largest Bitcoin exchange on the planet. So, why doesn't Coinbase support SegWit? For those who don't know, SegWit is a rewrite, a little bit of the Bitcoin code called segregated witness that allows transactions to take up 1/4 the space as a normal transaction. So if I send you a SegWit transaction, it should conceivably have 1/4 the fees because it takes up 1/4 the space in the blockchain. So in and of itself, Coinbase not supporting SegWit is not a smoking gun, a red flag, but it is maybe an indication. They're not the only exchange that doesn't support SegWit. It's a fairly new technology, but again, it's not the only thing we have here. So there's a technical side and there's a people side. People side we're going to talk about in a second. So along with the technical side, we have SegWit. We also have batching of transactions. So what's that mean? It means that every transaction that happens on Coinbase doesn't need to go to the Bitcoin network. Coinbase could take the transactions, internally go back and forth, and then just settle up with the Bitcoin network in one transaction or maybe 10 transactions a day or something like that, not the tens of thousands that they appear to be sending to the network every day. Let me give you an example of why I think, well, we know Coinbase is not batching transactions. We know that for a fact. They have admitted it. December 4th of 2017, they have actually tweeted, well, Brian Armstrong, the owner of Coinbase, has tweeted, we are working on SegWit, we are working on batching transactions. Bear with us while we try and help contain the problems of the Bitcoin network. That was 6 weeks ago, and we haven't seen any progress. Now, keep in mind, again, the SegWit, I want to go back. SegWit is a technical, they've got to support it, and that's some work. Batching of transactions is something every single exchange on the planet does, except Coinbase. Every single exchange. Now, what kind of impact does that make on the Bitcoin network? Okay, let's go back to December. 2 times in December, Coinbase went down. December 7th and December 22nd. At the time that Coinbase went down on December 7th, there were 215,000 transactions in the Mempool. The Mempool for Bitcoin is the backlog of transactions. The transactions that have been sent to the network that have not gotten into a block yet. Okay, so unconfirmed transactions. There were 215,000 as of December 7th, 2017. Coinbase goes down due to heavy trading, and within 3 days, the Mempool is down to 93,000 transactions in the backlog. A drop of 57%. What changed besides Coinbase going down? So we go, okay, well, maybe that's just coincidence. Maybe it doesn't mean anything. Maybe it just happened to happen that way. So we look at December 22nd. December 22nd was another day that Coinbase went down, and we had roughly 247,000. Wait, let me go back. I've got it written down here. 247,000 transactions in the Mempool. Coinbase goes down. Exactly 3 days later, we're down to 146,000 transactions, a drop of 41%. Massive amounts of transactions are taken out of the Mempool when Coinbase isn't functioning. There's your bottom line. Now, everything that I'm saying in this, and again, I don't want to pass judgment. I want to get a dialogue going with people who use Bitcoin and people who are more in the know than I am. and kind of figure out, what is going on. But boy, it sure smells like something's happening. So you go, okay, well, why does Coinbase? So now we know kind of what's going on, but why? Why does Coinbase care about the Bitcoin network? Brian Armstrong owns Coinbase. Brian Armstrong is friends with Roger Ver. Roger Ver is the creator of Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is the primary competitor, or has been called the primary competitor of Bitcoin. So I'm not going to go into a lot of the personal side of things. I'm going to keep it short. What I was saying earlier, that I get sidetracked a lot, was that everything that I'm telling you here right now, the mempool size, historical information, the tweet from Coinbase, and including an article from the Steemit website where an individual wrote about the personal connection between Brian Armstrong and Roger Ver, is all going to be in the comments at the bottom or in the listing and description and all that. So read those, inform yourself, and try and figure out what you think is really going on here. My personal opinion is I'm leaning towards the fact that we're getting intentionally screwed by Coinbase. So you go, okay, if you come to the same conclusion, what do we do? Well, you can stop using Coinbase, which I hate to say because I use Coinbase a lot. But you can stop using Coinbase. You can write them and say, hey, why don't you support Segwit? Why don't you just take one of your engineers for 4 hours on a Monday afternoon and support batching of transactions, which again, every single exchange supports. In fact, every credit card processor supports, every bank supports. I mean, this is just how things are done. Why aren't you doing that? But why don't you write them a letter and say, hey, look, why aren't you batching transactions? Why are you causing my fees to go through the roof? Why, more importantly, long term, are you making my network, my Bitcoin, look bad because you're utilizing it incorrectly? Why do we have to deal with that? And I think, again, if you see the personal connection between Brian Armstrong and Roger Ver, you might kind of see what's going on there. But again, it's just, we have an individual who controls a major aspect of the Bitcoin network. We have an individual who profits if that Bitcoin network looks bad, and they're buddies. It's too much for me not to think that there's something going on. So anyway, write Coinbase, find another exchange, figure out your own opinion, and then figure out what you want to do. But I know what I'm doing. So anyway, this is again Andrew Barr with My Crypto Guru, signing off.